trooper, state trooper. Obviously, Arizona has state troopers, which would mean highway patrolman. I don't know, but the afternoon it's actually clear sky like usual, and it's pretty hot. But I got a lot of things done today. Excuse me for me. And my banker called me back and said, "Yeah, well, you're not getting that back." I said, "I'm not getting that back. I bought 2 websites." Listen to this. Interrupt myself. I bought one .com, and I bought the .com, and he gave me a bad prefix. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what I said. And I bought that .com because I bought a different .com that was like that. But then all my computers froze up. My board didn't work. It only worked on half of my freaking keyboard. The other half didn't work. And I couldn't get through anything. But I had already bought it, and I was trying to program it to a website. I mean, how hard is that? 10, 20. How much do they get? $30 an hour? $300. A good 2 hours is a big deal. But whether or not. So my .com didn't work. So today I looked, and on this .com that I got, which was coin store, you know, it's like money store. So if you wanted to buy some coins, you could come to me. This is years ago. And so I bought it, and I said, well, I don't want to lose that. Because at that time they were just starting to have, things in the stock market and this and that, and there was a bunch of hype over all these coins coming, what do you call it, public. What do you mean 2012 was public? 2012s are the babies. That means there is no older crypto than 2012. They are the oldest. That's what I heard. So, anyways, I bought it, and it's called Coinstore. Coinstore.com, which I bought other .coms then too, because I had just got a huge payout from the unemployment. I just got a huge payout for unemployment because I was unemployed that year, and the year before I had a little bit of work, so they were giving me money, and so they never gave it to me the whole year. Something went wrong, whatever. So I never got any money until that time. So I had a lot of money, so I bought all these .coms. Like, I can't even think of one right now. I can't, but I don't want to tell you that. So it was Coinstore, and Coinstore was the big one, so I put insurance on it that if I never got there, that it would be paid. Well, here about 3 months ago, I freaking looked it up, and there's a website on there. Freaking Singapore. Singapore has a website, and they're already on donate $21 or put money in here and you get $21, So I said, that's mine. So I looked it up, and it says coinstore.website. I said, no, I didn't buy that. And at the same time, I bought something else, which makes a lot of sense. And obviously, that one, I never had the money in my account. So I... Dude, the fucker's shooting in the back. See all that shit on my phone? Hey! That white pickup? You see all that freaking stuff on the phone? It's like shot. It's just like a shotgun into my back. I can feel it. Probably, it doesn't bleed. It just like, oh no, fucking seeding shit. Fucking asshole. Anyways, and that's not very much. I've had other problems with more. Whether or not, so I bought that, and now, of course, it says website, not .com, so I don't have it. And I also bought one other one, like I was saying, that was, yeah. Anyways, I never had the money, so I came back the next day and it was gone. So whoever's watching me is stealing, or just like that. And God damn, he had paper plates in that truck. You see that? I wish you would have took a picture of it. Paper plates. They were like 36. They were bent over, kinda. I should have. Did you see it? Maybe you seen it going out. I don't know how much width you have. So I got screwed over again. It was grocery store. I bought grocery store. Well, I tried to buy grocery store, and then my money said that there's no money in my account, so I had to come back the next day and it was gone. Anyways, so I have to take them to court because I think they're stealing. Anyways, about 6 months ago, I called up Japan, company in Japan. I said, hey, why don't you take this website? You're a big bank. You could work the website just out of the blue. Some Singapore people have it, and you're of course from Japan. Soft bank. Anyways, I never got a return. I never got a note back, I don't think. But I wrote them something on their website, which is kind of hard to get into. Just to leave a comment. And so that didn't work, so I'm losing the coin store. That's too bad, because I would have made a little website, or I would have bought it. At the same time, I bought 2 websites, and I said, well, I have money right now, so I'll pay for the full year from Wix, W-I-X. And supposedly the website's like almost done when you get it, right? Which, that's fine with me. Anyways, it never worked, and I couldn't figure it out. And then when I wanted to when I had to pay myself, and I couldn't find the money. Finally, 6 months later, the money comes back to my account. I could not get the money out of that I couldn't get the money out of it. Anyways, it never worked. I never even had one hit on it, so obviously everything's no good, Yeah, pretty sure it's my problem. But whether or not, I'm not paying for another year on that. So I told the bank, I said, cut them off, tell them I'm not going to pay it, tell them I couldn't shut it off, or cancel my credit, I couldn't get my credit card out. I couldn't find it, nothing. Which, all this is weird, because I've been having so many problems. Every time I do something on the internet, fucking computers just puke. Then I got that little button thing, where you press this button and it goes not to that button, but kitty corner over. That really freaking pisses me off. Yeah, 2 away. My fingers ain't that fat, goddamn. 1. Then they have it where you type, and then they write little words in it. Instead of is, it's are, or stuff like that. That pisses me off. I'm so mad you wouldn't believe it. Yeah, it's adding up. And until I try to get that fixed, I'm still pissed. Can't live a normal life. You know what I mean? Anyways. So, I asked for the $600 back, which he took on the first of the month. He took $600 from me. And I said, I'm not going to pay that. So the banks bring it back. And the banker told me, well, you'll have to wait. It might take a few weeks until we get it back, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, I guess I don't know how it works. But, however, so at the same time, I had sent some stock in. No, a little tiny thing. Little tiny. It didn't matter. But I bought it, so it cost me money to buy. And then, of course, it went up, is what happened. And then it went down. So when it went down, it went into the margin. So they rolled my whole freaking account. So I sold all my freaking, yeah. So I sold all the stock I had that would sell. Some of it won't sell. They were trying to actually go into cryptocurrency, but yeah, they were around for a long time. I don't have very much left, only a couple thousand pieces. But so I can't sell that. But so they sold everything they could in my account. And there wasn't very much in it, but I told my banker, I said, I didn't want to bring that back. Well, that's one of the things. And I didn't think they had right to take the money anyways, because I had paid for, anyways, I paid for 1 year and I didn't want it again. But all my mistakes, not whether or not I'm not going to pay them. Couldn't use it last year, and I'm not going to be able to use it this year. He doesn't let me, he doesn't give it back to me. It's just, yeah, it's bad stuff. That's why it's an argument, right? And it's really not that he's getting it back on a year, and I might not have just ordered a year, but multiple years or whatever. But it's that it didn't work. Nothing worked. I couldn't get this to go. I can't move this. I had to actually, that's how come I have two websites, is I couldn't get the first website to give the freaking domain name back, so I had to buy a new one. A new domain. That's how I got to that blue sky snowplowing. And I was making that so you could, and good, it's a complex site, but it does not work. It's complex. Not just one of those things. So we'll see. If not, I have no money whatsoever at all. Period. But I'm already sleeping on the freaking curb. But if I do pay it, I gotta change the freaking domain name. Because I'm not gonna. Obviously, when I did all that when I put everything together for all the snow plowing stuff, which I don't do it, my brother really does it, but he didn't want to buy the website, which I wasn't even going to charge it for him, but just to have it, it's really nice. Of course, I'm a handyman, and that's how I lost everything in the first place. It's because I never got a phone call, I never got an email. That was the number one web hit for 10 years. And finally, some guy from Home Advisor called me and he says, well, are you going to do this or that? I said, no, I am not going to do anything for freaking Home Advisor. He says, well, supposedly my website's been on Home Advisor for 10 years as a dud. And when I made my website, I put all my prices in there and I did everything and I had pictures and stuff like that. And whatever I done, all my references and everything. So the website was good enough to run. Except you had to call my phone number. So Home Advisor finally tries to sign me up. Me and the big boss there got in a big fight, and we had to talk to the state for 3 or 4 weeks about how my registration worked and all that. Because when I registered under my name. I'm a contractor, right? So I have a number. So I am contractor number 13, as an example. And I've been a contractor for many years. Anyways, so when I changed my name to Montana Handyman Service, I went through the state, and he needed his $400 or whatever it was, and that's already started bad, right? So I never got a job. And when I started with Home Advisor, they dinged me like on $2,500 So $2,500 a month. And I told her, I said, I didn't really want that. Um, yeah, I can't afford that. You know, I'm only doing this much work, and if I got the jobs and everything, I could afford it. But I can't just pay you $2,500. I paid her $400 already just to be part of Home Advisor. Anyway, so I bought two things, and no, I got 30 things, and I did two things, which ended up being $300 plus 560 miles of driving. So I never made any money. And I think the guys that I worked for were already people. You know what I mean? Kind of like you work for me. I'm already a home advisor guy. So, my work's really good. Trust me. Actually, my work's too good, and that's because I've been a professional for a long time, and I expect it done right. It's just hard to do things wrong when you just pay attention to do it right. So, my website didn't work. If he gives me the websites back, he doesn't give me the money back. I'll stand around and starve to death because I ain't getting a job. Anything does not work for me on the internet. Nothing. Nothing. Especially getting a job. Corporate, anything like that, everything gets trashed. Everything. And I'm not black. I don't know why they think that. It was one of the problems I had too. And then people don't call back. Like Mr. Handyman Service, I signed all up, did all the pictures, did my license, did my nothing. Not even one job. So whoever's stealing from me is killing me. And obviously they did Montana in pretty tough, I think. Because it sounds like everybody that had a business name, like Jack of all trades and, Jimmy's 2x4, Mr. Porch, which Porch is actually a big one I heard. But I mean, all the names, all the guys don't work anymore. Why is that? You know? So I never got a job over 10 years. That's when I went back into oil and gas, which my family's in there, so that was normal. How much did I forget? How much did I say? I have to listen to this. I have no notes. I have no things, but all that just makes me mad. People follow me around when I put my GPS on and assault me multiple times a day. And that really freaking started to piss me off. I tell you yesterday, no, that son of a bitch got me in the back. I got up there and I went up, got in this. It was the sheriff. He got out. I didn't think about it at first. He has his little name tag on there, but he's got his star on his belt. Anyways, he didn't pull the trigger, he said. I was glad to hear that because I might have lost that fight. I mean, yeah. It came from his truck though, I'm pretty sure. And that shit makes me mad. And it wasn't very hard. So maybe that was empty. Whether or not, uh, things are gonna get better. They like to they like to hit me in the middle of the night. Or at 10 minutes to 5 in the morning. That's one of those things. Well, I'm gonna get moving. What did I say? I lost Coinstar website. I lost the website before that, which was a domain name. I think that was a website too, man. It's another $500 I didn't need to give out. I have so many problems with the keys, like nothing spells right. And I already spell bad, don't get me wrong, but I mean, it's like you can't even hardly read the shit later. So I start jumping around. I have to get my ideas down. It's maybe even to a worse writer than I was, which, of course, I'm a bad writer already. That's why I'm trying to sell you ideas and not complete thoughts. Anyways, I was telling this guy today on the internet, I said, whatever you said doesn't make sense. Well, the definition's wrong. So you're saying that way, and I'm saying this way. You got to get rid of that. It would just help you personally. Anyways, I got to get rid of my problems too. Yeah, we're maxing the sunshine today. There ain't hardly a cloud around here. And I lost more teeth, so I'm having big problems. I'm glad I don't smoke. Anyways, have a good day. All these stories are going to be fixed, and I'm going to be a happy camper. Wow. Last night I was kind of. It was not maximum of clear. It was like dark and dingy last night. I don't know why it was like that. It's weird. Which is another problem that oil and gas guys worry about, because if you have an explosion or something, which you don't have to worry about that, because we're supposed to worry about that. I haven't tried. I don't need to eat that. I don't even know why I took it out with me. Careful, my teeth are already bad. No chewing. Okay. What do I want to say? Yeah, it's coffee time.